When I have family coming over and I'm cooking a smoked turkey, I try to make sure I nail it. You got to get it perfect. Juicy, tender, full of flavor. I'm about to show you how I get it done. So this is probably the most important step when it comes to cooking a perfect turkey, and that's wet brining it. We're going to use 1.75 gallons to 2 gallons of water. If you use 2 gallons, the flavor is going to be a little less salty. And then we're going to go ahead and get this on medium-high heat, add 1/2 cup of kosher salt and 1/4 cup of white sugar. And then to really kick the flavor up, I'm going to use this Cosmos Original Chicken Injection. And I'm going to use about 1/2 cup. I'm going to stir all these ingredients together, bring it up close to a boil. It doesn't really need to boil, but close to a boil, and that'll help dissolve everything nicely. Now, after all your ingredients have dissolved, you're going to want to put ice inside of it and make sure that it's at 45 degrees Fahrenheit or lower before you put your turkey in. You can see we're working with a 19-pound turkey. We're going to stick this in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. So I'm going to cook this bird on the RecTech pellet grill. And in my opinion, the RecTech is perfect for cooking a big turkey because you have such control over temps. You just push the up or down arrow to where you want to go. I'm starting at 250 degrees, and that's because the RecTech puts out a little more smoke at lower temperatures. It has an extreme smoke function, and you push that button and it burns a little more pellets, and that gets you a little more smoke. But I'm also going to use this 12-inch smoker tube. I'm going to fill it up, and this is going to help me get a wonderful smoky flavor on this turkey. So a really important tip is after about 24 hours of brining, take your bird out, pat it dry, and put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. That's going to help that skin dry out and help us get some nice, crispy, wonderful flavored skin. Go ahead and take the guts out of the turkey. And I like to cut this little flap off the back. You can stuff the turkey with whatever you'd like, but basically what's happening when you're cooking it is it's steaming inside. So you want to have some things in there that are going to have some flavor and going to help really complement the flavor of this turkey. All right, so it's time to get our rub on. And because we dried this skin out, we want to spray just a little bit of canola oil, and this is going to help our rub stick. Another really important tip, when you have a bird this big, you have to inject it. I love to use butter and clarified butter. When you melt the butter inside this cup like that, the fats are going to fall to the bottom. So just draw the butter that's on top and you'll have clarified butter. And this is really, really going to help this turkey be incredibly juicy, but it's not going to cause those discolorations and things you see sometimes when you inject meat. If people aren't used to seeing those discolorations, they may think something's off. You don't want that. You want a perfect turkey. And this clarified butter is really going to get the job done. Now I'm going to use this Jacquard device, and I'm going to puncture the breast all over the place. And that's going to help make sure we get some flavor and some spice down inside the skin, and it's going to help tenderize this bird. Taste is subjective, guys, so use whatever rub you want. I'm going to use this Pit Happens stuff, and I think it is a wonderful, wonderful rub for all kinds of different stuff. I like to stuff the turkey with a little bit of herbs, and you can use whatever you'd like, some thyme, some rosemary, sage. Also put a little bit on top, and then I'm going to go ahead and top the turkey off with a little more rub. Don't be scared of the rub. Use lots of it. This is a big bird. Now I'm gonna cook this turkey in this pan, and that's gonna allow me to put foil on it once it gets up to a good color, and then I can keep all the moisture possible inside the turkey.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't see.
So when you get close to about 2 hours, go ahead and turn the temperature up. If you're using a stick burner or charcoal, just open your vents a little. We need to get up to about 325 for the rest of this cook. You can see what the bird looks like after about 2 hours. It's starting to come along nicely. And this is also the time when you want to start monitoring temperatures.
In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you.
So about 3.5 hours in, I'm sitting at 142 Fahrenheit. Here's a tip. Use a thermopin to double check your temps. You may need to adjust your primary probe to get it, a little deeper in a different spot to make sure that you're reading an accurate temperature. So I'm gonna take this turkey up to 165 degrees just like that. Then I'm gonna let it rest for about an hour. And here's what you get.
Trying to get your attention, you make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you.
This turkey came out really good. Look how juicy it is. This is definitely a turkey that you'd be proud to serve your family, your friends. Amazing, amazing turkey. Follow these steps, guys, and you'll put one out just like this. Let's give this turkey a little taste test. I'm gonna go ahead and try some of this dark meat. Oh man, I'm telling you, there's nothing like a juicy, tender smoked turkey.